Hello everyone, Cat Cosmic here, sharing the words of Duane the Great Writer. Will they fall on deaf ears, addled brains, be met with incredulity, slack expressions, and vacant eyes? Well, unfortunately, that's the state of being the majority of humans are in before they are subjected to the references of the ears. I wonder how they will look afterwards. Probably indistinguishable from their original forms. But all we can do is try. With laws as restrictions, is a world lacking laws, however, likely to be unrealistic and descend into chaos? For some people, like those who look to the political system, they need someone to tell them what to do, so they feel good about themselves and are obeying the ideas of others. It's the old God idea. What Duane is presenting is about awareness, your real awareness, not just your personal awareness, however, being aware of the environment and life, etc. When you become aware of your real awareness, like the guides, you don't need laws and governments. The birds and animals don't need it either. It's silly stuff that people create. As people get bored with themselves and others, and they create mischief, havoc, and eventually destruction. This is what all the wars are about. The squabbling over whose land it is, for example. So those that want to control others create governments that restrict everybody and tells them what to do. Again, the birds don't do that. There are no restrictions dictating where and when they can fly. But will it be mayhem without laws? Those that proclaim we need laws, the politicians, etc., are usually the ones who have created all the distortion. It's all here and now, but it began with attitudes. There will always be those who want to control others. In nature, animals instruct their young accordingly, and it's about survival. But with people, it's less about survival than it is about chasing thrills and what they can get. This is how things are promoted. We're in a society now where people are going to say they do not want laws, but that we do need them. Each person will decide for themselves, and people are trying to make sense of a chaotic world that doesn't make sense. It's impossible to rationalize what's going on, so you really need to start a new journey and decide within yourself. The people who have made laws, we see and recognize this, but it's better to just let them be and not interfere. But if you have to interfere, if you need to buy land, etc., then you make the deal, which makes sense. Do the birds need laws? Are things chaotic with them? They have their seldom scuffles for various food-related reasons, but it's momentary. We've got to see the world as it is now, and most people do need these laws and regulations, because they don't know what to do with themselves. They have to be told. And even with the laws, people and governments are still doing whatever they want on a daily basis, robbing and shooting, etc. But not needing laws is from a place of people's real awareness. But people will take it one-dimensionally in the personal sense. We don't advocate no laws. When Duane speaks of no authorities, he is referring to the real universes and everyone's real awareness. Either people recognize their real awareness, or they don't, and go with their created consciousness. That's a choice each person makes. The guides can give people experiences, but you, as the individual, decides how to recognize that experience. But the experiences and recognition are just steps too. The isness life is what it was during Paul's time and before that. Now it's new, but most people relate to it according to their mind and the things that have been written and specified, and that's not the isness now. Duane always refers to the real awareness, but most people are going to take it in the personal sense, and that's a choice every person makes. People have to wake up to that. This is where you go through your personal self first, and you're always going through that. As long as you're here, you'll always have a personal self, the physical body and the mind. The mind and brain is simply a receiver. It's not smart. People have to figure these things out, and every little step. People coming into this always want to have all the steps provided, but we're dealing with the whole of life here. This is the best of all times, to take the risk. But according to people's minds and the personal experiences they have, the new presentation seems so far out. So, for those people who want the law idea, it's there, and they can have it. They can have whatever they want. There are all kinds of laws and restrictions. The world loves its restrictions. We're poisoned to near death every day, and people are fine with it. Chemtrails are a good thing, Wi-Fi is great, etc. The real awareness is a big leap to figure it out, more than any religious or spiritual path, and the I am soul idea. And a few people I spoke to today in regards to this matter were so slack of face they were tripping over their own lips. I tried to impress upon them the severity of the nanoparticles in the chemtrails. Look, says I, see how the nanos have infused my dinner, and now it's walking around the studio of its own accord. Since when did you ever see a mobile salad? Except when it's being transported about in trucks. And salads definitely do not build little bases for themselves, constructed out of my discarded news reports. Well, all we can do is try. Apparently, cucumbers that build their own houses isn't quite enough to convince folks there's something amiss here. Speak with you soon, once I return my salad to my plate where it belongs.